The master override. It's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
No escriba como Dios manda, Vaya tela. Menudo cabronazo el Ted. No me acuerdo de qué era encargado Ted.
Try not to fall to your death. The master override doesn't override gravity.
Ver al taller de Silence. Por abajo, ¿no? El taller de Silence. What the fuck. Está por arriba. No, ya lo veis, es una tipa muy dura. Va a congelar a Aloy. Faltaría más. Sí que te daría algún tipo de atajo, pero creo que no.
You're here.
For a moment.
What?
Our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered. Such knowledge, you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the eclipse. Helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Madre mía, qué demonios.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. Its code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission. To wake the machines, so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse... the robots they've resurrected... they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
¿Me queda mucho para cogerte? Sí. Sí, creo que sí. Que te queda bastante. Te queda bastante, sí. Qué grande el señor desnudo. Cuando empiezan todos los robocitos a volverse locos. Me dio bastante mal rollo. Pero mola bastante, esa escena mola bastante.
I
En el
want you to
desierto.
tell me everything. Hades, the eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
Then get started.
It began with a focus, recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the jungles of the Jewel.
So you thought it was a titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location, the surrounding geography, who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much. Physics, calculus. You have no idea.
And the Shadow Karja? How did they become involved?
The Karja Civil War was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes, I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't your conscience.
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot. With my technology. I questioned Hades about its intentions.
A little late.
Indeed. I'd already outlived my usefulness. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward. The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
So when did I come into this? Our path together?
When Olin stumbled on you. System threat detected. That got my attention. A kill order against a savage Nora girl? Why would Hades bother with that? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nora mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secrets of the Earth. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say, is history.
The things you've done in the pursuit of knowledge, Silence. Pure recklessness.
Aloy, this wasn't a confession to elicit your judgment.
Unbelievable.
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you. Take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere and everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing.
Muy bien, pues nos ha contado toda la historia que necesitamos saber. Acoplar el control maestro a la lanza. Estos son los audios que no hemos podido leer antes, ¿verdad? Sí. No, bueno, los audios no se leen, se escuchan.
I traveled far to find you. I heard your transmission. It was you, wasn't it? Entity is not known. I'm called Silence, and you are. I don't think you'd have called out if it wasn't something you wanted. You called, I responded. Will you tell me your name? Hades. You are a creation of the ancients. A war machine? Divine timeline. Time? Ah. It is the 13th king of the Carja Sanctum's reign. Divine Carja. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Were you created by the ancients? I wonder how long you waited here, buried, until I chanced upon you. How long you'd have to wait for another. You're obviously very powerful, but you're not going to get anywhere without me. Titan Flame merely houses intellect. Define Carja. Now that's more like it.
Conversaciones privadas de Silence y Hades. Aquí en directo, en Front of Bonfire.
They're coming. Preparations are complete. Ah, Lucent Bahabas. Behold, as I promised you. What manner of great machine is this? I've never seen such a thing.
Stay! Stay your ground, Carja in shadow!
Incorrect. Bow before the buried shadow.
The buried shadow, I don't understand.
Did Araman understand the glint hawk that perched upon the alight?
It speaks scripture.
Araman followed the shadow cast from the spire.
To the mesa where Holy Meridian was founded.
You will follow the shadow once more.
I am a righteous man. chosen of the sun. But in times of need, the powers of shadow can accomplish what the sun alone cannot. Will you return to us what is ours, O shadow of prophecy?
An army is required. Obey, and Meridian is yours.
Of our obedience you can be certain.
Vendiéndose. Bahamas ahí. Easy peasy. Explicado solo.
Task is complete.
Yes. The focus network is active, built to your specifications. Check it yourself if you must. I'll wait. But I remind you of the reward you've been withholding. Quantum processing.
Data has been compiled. Volume too great for transfer.
How inconvenient for me.
Come before me. You shall receive your reward.
Very well.
Helis. Threat detected inside Eclipse.
Speak its name, O shadow, and it will die.
You will eliminate this one. Silence.
Silence. Yes. A truth whispered at night is seen in the day. He was never one of us. It will be done.
Montaña que cayó. Parece que podíamos subir.
I have to tell Avad that the Eclipse are ready to strike. After what happened with Derval, I know he'll defend the city. But the Spire...
Creo que tengo para otra habilidad. Y 6, tengo para 2 habilidades más. Carga más tiempo al usar concentración. Recarga más rápido al usar concentración. Ah, vale. Al poder lanzar más. Uf, esto me caso mil. Pues las flechas es que me caso mil. Cojo lo de las flechas y lo sabe Jesucristo. Vale. Asegurarnos. Y adiós. Vale, ¿podemos hacer un viaje rápido? Supongo que sí. Pero no desde aquí, ¿verdad? Vale. Ya estamos en el mapa, creo que sí. Vale. Pues vamos a viajar lo más cerca posible. Tenemos que ir a Meridian. Y... ¿iba a decir? No me acuerdo. La verdad es que quería acabar el juego con todas las habilidades, pero bueno, si no se puede, pues no se puede, tampoco pasa nada. Ya os digo que seguramente volveremos a Horizon Zero Dawn antes de que salga el DLC, que no me acuerdo la verdad cuando dijeron que salía en el E3, no sé si lo dijeron o no. Y haremos misiones secundarias, que tengo algunas pendientes por ahí que la verdad es que me gustaría hacer. Sobre todo la última de todas que cogimos, la de la herrera esa que estaba en el pueblecito este. Esa la verdad es que me llamó mucho la atención. Y supongo que nos dará, no sé si una buena arma. Ella habla de arma, no sé si arma o armadura o si será como una serie de quests diferentes para conseguir equipamiento o algo así, que creo que algo así me dijo Urban. Y no sé si será esa o no, pero esa me gustaría hacerla. Y bueno, estar por el mundo haciendo misiones secundarias, eso la verdad es que también me llama, ¿eh? Igual que en The Witcher. The Witcher, juego al que tenemos que volver primero para pasarnos los DLCs. Bueno, no primero, pero para pasarnos los DLCs. Y segundo, para conseguir una de las armas, de las armaduras estas legendarias. Me parece que las que más me gustaba era la del oso. Así que seguramente intentaré hacer las quests para conseguir la armadura del oso. Que eso me va a llevar un tiempo. Sí. Pero bueno, de momento vamos a acabar este Horizon y luego vamos con un poco de Mortal Kombat. Vale, iba a vender. Ah, bueno, pero espera, antes de vender... Uy, perdón, se ha venido un poco arriba. Antes de vender, vamos a abrir todas las cajas, que tenemos un montón. No puedo. Vaya, modificadores verdes. Qué cutre. Supongo que serán las cajas gratis. Vale. Ahora vender. Vamos a vender paquetes de viaje. ¿Tenemos por aquí? Porque claro, ya no nos sirven de nada con el paquete. Deberíamos tener. Pero no sé dónde. Tenemos objetos aquí como un tonto. Aquí están. Vender varios los 11. Me van a dar mierda de dinero, pero no nos sirven para absolutamente nada. Amuleto antiguo pulido, vale. Vender por esquirlas de metal. 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 Yo creo que ya. Atuendos no, porque vendería atuendos. Todo lo verde fuera. Solo queremos morados aquí. No tenemos sitio para sucios verdes. Vale. Sigo pensando que un minimapa. No entiendo por qué este juego no tiene minimapa. No entiendo por qué un juego de mundo abierto no tendría minimapa. Es algo que se me escapa. A ver, un segundo. He cambiado el... Uy. Bueno, ahora lo hacemos. He cambiado el filtro de los focos para que den una luz un poco más amarillenta. Y vamos a ver cómo funciona eso. Pero le tengo que poner las baterías, que no se lo he puesto. Vale, y ahora vamos a ir al Palacio del Sol. ¿Para qué vamos al Palacio del Sol? Tendríamos que ir como ya por Hades a saco, ¿no? Tenemos que usar este arma, que no lo hemos usado. Vale, antes de hablar con el Rey Sol, permitidme, voy a poner un momento las... que ya el croma se está yendo al garete. Voy a poner las baterías, un segundo. Vamos a ver cómo queda esto.
So there are Oseram and Asundum now. I get up, I work, same as always.
Vale, ahora mismo queda un pelín raro la luz, ¿no? Porque tengo como cada cara de un color diferente. Pero bueno, cuando luego esté iluminado por los dos, creo que va a quedar mejor que la luz blanca. Que a veces me veo en los vídeos y parezco un fantasma. Let's go, recta final. Venga, vamos allá, ¿eh? Acabamos y nos vamos a pegar tollinas. Pegarnos de leches, Urban. A ver qué pasa con Abad.
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. The Eclipse will attack soon, from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them, god, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Aaron knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the city guard fortify the western ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before.
Bien dicho.
After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused.
Sí, ¿no? Yo creo
If
que
we're to
sabías
fight
muy bien,
together
¿eh?
on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Sí, hombre,
Then
claro.
you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
Vlad con Mara del Intachable.
Have you spoken to Blameless Marad?
Not yet, but I will.
He wishes to speak to you. Defensive preparations are his responsibility.
Let's go.
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the rigid defenses at the Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will. The ridge will be the front line. That's where the city guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
Descansar antes de la batalla final. Visitar ambos lugares defensivos. Revisar los preparativos de los... Hombre, vamos a revisar todo, claro. ¿Qué demonios? Revisar todo, todito, todo. Primero aquí, sí. Primero los preparativos del risco. Realmente no sé si voy a tardar más en viaje rápido con lo que tarda en cargar o yendo, pero bueno. Me da mucha pereza salir de Meridian, amigos. Los tengo que confesar. Vale. Pues me voy a comer los mocos entonces. Dice para la gente que lo estoy viendo en diferido: The Urban Jedi, From the Bonfire. ¿Te acuerdas de la importancia que te dije que tenían las secundarias en este juego? Ahora verás por qué. Damine. Mira qué grande.
Hardy little plant. You'll help.
Vamos. Vamos a coger esto. Y vamos para allá. No me va a ayudar ni Peter, ¿no? Puede ser.
Aloy, I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry, I'll leave that to the other Nor at the Spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
The Sun King's grown too soft. Too much Oseram influence the palace. What's he thinking letting Dervahl live? Don't ask me where to go if you're lost. I'm a guard, not the town crier.
A ver, ¿cómo? ¿Hay que hacer algo más? Eso es un arma, ¿no? Anda, la secundaria. Esta secundaria es la que he dicho que quería hacer.
Here she is, the guest of honor. I knew there was something about you. Hammered from the stuff they make leaders out of. And I don't say that to every Nora girl who blows through my town.
That happens to you a lot?
Had to build a wall to fend them off.
Good thing I'm persistent then.
I've missed our little talks. Murad asked me to look over the city arsenal. These guns have aged well. That runs in the Osram, no? They were the pride of the Mainspring Forges, so I've taken greater pride in improving them.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. Have at it then.
Cañón Osram. Uno para cargar munición. Monte cercano para disparar.
It hits nice and wide. No need to aim it like a bow. Range is good. Try the next.
Joder. Madre mía. Es pura destrucción este arma.
See? That'll knock a machine on its ass, ancient or no. With these, I think we could hold off an army.
Adiós.
You know that I appreciate your help, Petra. This battle, I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll see each other again, I know it. Next time could be the time I'll convince you to stick with the free heap.
Petra, you know
I do. Always had a weakness for restless girls, though.
¿Acaba de confesar que es lesbiana? ¿O me he perdido algo? ¿Acaba de tirar los tejos? Creo que sí, ¿no?
Knew it was only a matter of time before an Oseram tried to kill the Sun King.
No sé, ¿a dónde qué tengo que hacer para revisar? No, esto ya está hecho, ¿no? Vale, sí. Vamos a la aguja. Lo que... Lo que no sé es por qué no se me tachan. Lo de revisar eso, si ya lo he hecho. ¿Por qué tengo que hacer todas o algo así? Revisar los preparativos en ambos lugares defensivos. Ah, vale, sí, ya se ha quitado uno. Vale, sí, sí. Sí, le ha tirado... Yo creo que le ha tirado los tejos, ¿no? Aloe. Un poco cliché eso, ¿no? La herrera sea lesbiana. Pero bueno, lo daremos. Riquitas son para Zara y el Primark. Ah, bueno, claro. O sea, sí, claro, puede ser, no tiene por qué ser solo lesbiano, puede ser bisexual. Pero sí, que le ha molado el hoy, eso seguro. ¿Quién no, no? También. En todo se ha dicho, ¿no? En su defensa. Menudo paseíto a la aguja. Y eso que objetivamente tampoco es que sea excesivamente atractivo Aloy. No, la verdad es que no. No es algo así muy espampanante. Pero se le coge mucho cariño. Y es muy guapa, todo se ha dicho. El carisma es el carisma, exacto. Y es Es 75% carisma, 25% atractivo. Que a mí sí me gusta mucho, todo se ha dicho. Me gusta más Aloy, por ejemplo, que Tubi.
So who are these guys?
They call themselves the Eclipse.
What does that even mean?
It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Karja. Karja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Karja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys dressed like birds. We'll rip their little feathers off.
And let's not get cocky, boys.
Conversación.
Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
That's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit them like a hammer till they can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Aaron. Ursa would be proud.
Well, only if we win.
Qué grande. Grande es este personaje. Estaba pensando justo ahora que la veía de cerca que una de las cosas por las que le resta, entre comillas, atractivo a Aloy es que es súper joven. Súper joven. Pero leeré los comentarios de Urban, para la gente que lo vea en YouTube y en diferido, que muchas veces me he dado cuenta que hago así, miro al chat y hago y me río o contesto sin leer, y claro, la gente que lo esté viviendo en diferido pues a lo mejor no se entera de mí a la media, ¿no? Pero dice así, a mí me gusta más que Tubi, pero menos que la nueva Lara. Completamente de acuerdo con eso. Por cierto, ya no es spoiler, así que te lo digo. Según la gente que ayudas durante el juego haciendo secundarias, hay más o menos gente para ayudarte en la batalla final. Sí. O sea, The Witcher, ¿no? Básicamente. Vamos, es lo que se llama hacerse un The Witcher, ¿no? Sí, claro, por eso aquí no hay ni Peter, ¿no? Estamos yo y 4 tíos,
But there are so many, and now we are so few.
They are not our foe. Not this time.
Quiet now. She comes.
The Anointed.
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
Dice, sí, exacto, a lo de que no hay gente. Urban. Pero no creas que en mi partida había muchos más y yo hice todas las misiones. Así que me acordé ahora... que me acuerde ahora, solo veo que te falta esa a la que le gusta asesinar bandidos. Pues no tengo ni idea. Puede ser que esté aquí la gente de las misiones que has cogido más que de las que has hecho. Porque yo he cogido todas las misiones, pero no he hecho ninguna. Está ahí, Bar.
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called Anointed either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time.
Oh.
And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
Aquí hay temita Urban, y lo sabes. Y lo sabe Jesucristo. Para ser sincero, la última parte del juego es demasiado densa, yo creo. Han concentrado todas las resoluciones de la historia juntas y pasa lo que pasa. Puede ser, ¿no? Volvamos a Meridian. No tenemos nada que hacer, ¿no? Descansa para la batalla final. Vamos allá. Vamos a la batalla final. Sí que es cierto que de repente esté como todo... Eso me lo dijo Pedro también. En el sentido de que como que al principio del juego estás muy perdido, no entiendes nada de tribus ni de nada, y de poco a poco vas aprendiendo, y de repente como al final, te suelta como todas las estas, ¿no? Quizá la podrían haber soltado un poco más poco a poco. No lo sé, la verdad. Tampoco es que sea yo un experto en guión ni nada así, pero... Sí que es cierto que viene un poco... Pero bueno, pasa en general en los juegos, ¿eh? Esto de contar la historia al final... A trochimoche. Ahora mismo... Estoy pensando en The Witcher. Y puede que no sea tan brusco, ¿no? El final de The Witcher. ¿Dónde estoy yendo? No lo sé. No me gusta nada cómo señaliza las cosas este juego. Parece súper confuso. Por aquí no es. Me pierdo. Always. Vamos ya que estamos. Ah, este es el de las cajas. Ah, mira, por los collares podría comprarle cajas misteriosas. Ajá. Tío, de objetos poco fiables. The Witcher 3, como tantas otras cosas, lo hace con una elegancia en la parte final que no puedes más que quitarte el sombrero y dejarles a los de CD Projekt 70 € a cuenta para el próximo juego que saquen. Exacto. Es exactamente lo que pasa. Bueno, no queremos líos.
Owen's apartment feels empty. Should I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished?
Pues sí, seguramente. Millones de misiones, millones de cosas, pero Aloy, hemos hecho los calderos, que era lo único que queríamos. Y volveremos, claro que sí. Vamos allá, amigos. ¿Así la estoy mirando? Sí. Muchas gracias, Aloy. Y bueno, Leander Sapkowski vendió los derechos de The Witcher por 9.500 €. ¿En serio? Epic fail. Epic fail. Por eso está tan quemado el tío, ¿no? Pues eso no sé si lo sabe Ale, se lo tengo que decir.
A weight like this pressing on you. How did you, Rost? After you lost your family. Silence? Are you there? Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
Sombra que se cierne.
Ma'am, there are signs from the west. Sun King Avad awaits you at the Temple of the Sun.
Bien hecha ahí, sí señor. ¡Yeah! Fuego para la batalla final.
Campfires, perhaps? Massing forces for the long march to the city gates?
But it's not with smoke.
Then what is it?
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
What the? Tomar por el puente. ¡Demonios!
The Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns! Now!
By the sun, do as she says! Set loaded! All of you, be ready to fire! Will the guns hold them back?
We're about to find out.
Dios. To the guns! To the guns! Este pesado.
Healers!
No! Rally the vanguard. Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns!
He will cut you down!
Not this time!
Not this time, bien dicho. Dios. Grande.
You have vexed